All right, y'all. From the celery, what I want to use is the celery leaves. The celery leaves have just as much flavor as the celery. So pick off all the celery leaves, and this is what we're going to use. So we're going to have a holy trinity. Peppers, onions, celery. Stay tuned. Alright guys, this is what I'm going to use right here. These seasoned, if you don't know about these Sam's seasoned croutons with the French bread, man, let me tell you something. I'm going to pour them right in here. We're going to whip them up, and this is what's going to go in for our breading. Yeah, boy. Alright, now, I have 2 cans of pink salmon. See if y'all can see the can. Any kind will work. The red salmon is good as well, costs a little bit more, but red salmon will work just as fine. Now the key to it is you want to drain off a little bit of the juice. You want to save some because the juice is going to help absorb the breadcrumbs or crackers or whatever you put in there and help it stay juicy. So you don't want to throw all of it out. All right, so that's 2. There are some bony skeleton pieces inside the can. You can just pick some of those out. If you don't get them all out, don't worry about it. That stuff disintegrates. When you start biting it, you won't even know it's in your mouth. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm using an onion soup mix. I got 2 cans of pink salmon, 1 whole bag of onion soup mix. Now, this is the key to salmon croquettes. It's a blank canvas of whatever you want to put in it. So, I've got my onions, I've got my peppers, I've got my celery leaves right here. I'm gonna cook these down a little bit just to, you know, soften them up a bit, and help bring out the flavor. And then also, those delicious croutons that I broke down in the food processor. I'm gonna add those as well. So let me get these vegetables cooked off, and then we'll start adding everything together. All right, so I'm just only using a little bit of butter. This is a combination of butter and oil, just a little bit, not much at all. All right, because again, we're just really trying to sweat the vegetables. In with the vegetables, which is our holy trinity: celery, celery. All right, in with the celery, onions, and peppers, and we're just gonna let this cook down over medium heat. We'll be right back. All right, while I'm cooking these down, now I'm gonna salt these vegetables just a little bit to pull out the moisture. I'm gonna use my seafood dust. You can use whatever you like. A little bit of seasoning, and that's it. I'm just gonna let them cook down. That's what we're looking at right there. You don't have to add a lot of salt to it. The breadcrumbs have a little bit of seasoning in them, and then the salt. I mean, it's naturally salmon has this salmon that comes out the can has some pretty good flavor. So you don't want to kill it with salt. All right, our vegetables are soft, nice and soft. You're just gonna take them off the heat, put them to the side in this bowl, let them cool for a little bit. Let's go ahead and build these patties. All right, guys, let's go ahead and build these patties out. Okay, so right now what I have in here is 2 cans of salmon croquette. 2 cans of the salmon, pink salmon. All right, a little bit of the liquid. I've got the onion soup mix, 1 packet of onion soup mix in there. Okay, these are my vegetables that are cooked down. They have a little bit of seasoning in them. Now what I'm gonna do is this is lemon pepper seasoning. This is probably like a tablespoon left. I'm gonna hit it with a little lemon pepper seasoning. That's all I have left right there. Throw it in the trash. Come back over it with some onion powder. Garlic powder rather. That's probably like a little less than a tablespoon. Okay, now let me get all this out the way. Now it's breadcrumb time. But before I put the breadcrumbs in there, I'm gonna go ahead and add my vegetables to the mix. All right, now you just want to mix that all together. Okay, that's what it's looking like so far. I'm just really trying to incorporate all my vegetables, get them all the way around. So in every bite, you should better get a little bit of onion, celery leaves, and some peppers. All right, now if you want to, you can add black pepper. My seafood dust has all that stuff in it, so I'm not gonna go do all that. Now, this is 2 eggs. Initially I had 1, but I'm gonna go with 2 eggs. And this is what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna add my breadcrumbs. And I eyeball this stuff, but I'm gonna say Just eyeball it. You'll know when you got enough. That may be close to a cup of breadcrumbs. You know what? The best way to do it is to get in there with your hands. And that's why you don't add all the liquid to it, because as you can see, if you can feel it, that liquid is just absorbing those breadcrumbs. Okay? All right, now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of egg. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do both eggs. Okay? And this is what it's looking like so far. You want to work it all around. Now, if you feel like you need more breadcrumbs, then come in with more breadcrumbs. It's all to feel. You'll know when you have enough. You want those breadcrumbs to start absorbing some of that moisture. Now, I could take some in my hand and I could form it out. That's just right there. See how I can press it flat and it stay there? That's what you want. So let me go ahead and get these patties formed out, and next step will be frying. Alright, to form some out, this is what you want to be able to do with it. If you could flatten it out and press it out like that, then you know you got the right combination of breadcrumbs to moisture. You can let this sit in the refrigerator overnight, let all those flavors develop even better the next day. So, with some gloves on, I'm going to take them. I'm gonna make them nice, and I ain't gonna make them too big. But you just want to patty them out in your hand. Depending on how many people you want to feed. That to me is a good size right there. That's a good size. No cracks in it. Perfectly moist. That's what you want. Okay. Let me do another one. You should be able to squeeze it in your hand like a meatball. Okay. And then flatten it out with the palm of your hand if you can. Alright, smooth it out as much as you can. You shouldn't have to though, because it's already be ready to go. And pat them sides in. And that's the perfect size, man. So let me go ahead and get these done up, plate it up, and then fry it up. They do. Alright, in the skillet, I'm gonna actually go with some vegetable oil. Okay? And I'm not gonna go with a lot. I'm just gonna try to cover the bottom of the pan just a little bit. You don't need a lot of oil. I mean, we're not deep frying them. We're just gonna do a shallow fry on them. That's all you need. I'm gonna let this come up to heat over medium-high heat, and then we'll start dropping them delicious patties. Yes, sir. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. Our grease is now ready to go. I cut it down just a little bit, so it's probably like at a medium heat. So, take one of my patties and I'm just gonna place it in there nice and slowly, and I'm gonna try to get all 4 of them in there. You know what, I'm gonna just go with 3. I don't want to overcrowd my pan. And you just want to let them cook. You just want to let them cook. You'll know when they're ready. When they start browning up and crisping up around the sides, then you know they're ready to go. So it may take 1 minute, may take 2 minutes, may take 3. You just never know. Just depends on how high your heat is and your oil. But don't touch them, just leave them alone. So we're just gonna let these cook. All right, and after about 2 minutes, you can look at them. Let me see if I can turn it around. See how nice and golden brown it is? That's what you want to see. Be careful flipping them. Now, that's it. That's what you want to see. I'm gonna let them cook about another minute on this side to brown up. Then we're gonna take it out, plate it up. Yes, sir. All right, I went ahead and put my 4th one in there. But let me just show you. It's been about a minute on the opposite side. Look how beautiful that is. Look how pretty that is, man. Look at that. That's what you want. That's what you want. That's also one of the reasons why you'd probably be better off cooking your vegetables through just a little bit, so that they don't have to stay in the grease as long. Okay? So, I'm gonna go ahead and take these out, and I'm about to pair this up with some grits and some eggs, y'all. Yes, sir. Just want to take them out. Put them right on some paper towel and let them soak up some of that grease. And that's it. That's all to it. So let's go ahead and plate up. All right, guys, as always, I want to thank y'all for joining me at the Roll and Grill. Look at that, man. Look at that breakfast, man. Salmon croquettes, good old grits with some butter and a little bit of cheese, and some good eggs with cheese, man. That's all you need, man. That's the perfect breakfast, y'all. So let's get into it. Let's give one a try. Look at that. Look at that, man. Feel right where I need it to fall, right in them grits. Delicious every time. So as always, I want to thank y'all for joining me here at the Roll and Grill. Good food, good vibes, good salmon croquettes. Yeah, boy!